Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So we are here for grade 10 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 10 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find the list of the chapters. So let's just start with the chapter quadratic equations, and the lessons we're going to cover today are characteristics of quadratic functions, complete a function, table quadratic functions, graph quadratic functions in vertex form, and transformations of quadratic functions. So let's just start with the first lesson. So here I'm on grade 10 maths. The chapter we're working on is quadratic equations, and the lessons we're going to start with is characteristics of quadratic functions. Okay, so let's just start with the first example. Look at this graph. So you are given with a graph. You have to calculate the y. You have to find the y-intercept of the graph. So basically y-intercept means the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. So here is the point. Got it? You have to calculate. It is the 9. The value of this point is 9. That means the point, the y-intercept is 9. Got it? The parabola intersects the y-axis at 9. Got it? So here is the definition. The y-intercept of the parabola is the y-coordinate of the point where the parabola intersects the y-axis. Got it? That is the definition of the y-intercept. You can note down the definition. The y-intercept of a parabola is a y-coordinate of the point where the parabola intersects the y-axis. Okay, just look at the other example. Look at the graph, at this graph. What are the coordinates of the vertex? You have to calculate the coordinates of the vertex. Okay, so you have to calculate the what are the coordinates of the vertex. Vertex is, so this point is the vertex. Got it? So here the coordinates are x is 4 and y is -7. The vertex of the parabola that opens upward is the lowest point. If the parabola opens upward, the lowest point is the vertex, and if the parabola opens downward, the highest point is the vertex. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, look at the graph. What is y-intercept? Okay, so you have to calculate the y-intercept. So y is intercept means the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. So graph is, that is the origin of the graph, and the graph, that means here the y-intercept is 0. So the correct option is 0. Got it? Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What are the coordinates of the vertex? So which is the correct option? you have to find the coordinates of the vertex. So the parabola opens downward, so the highest point of the parabola is the vertex. So here the parabola is at the origin, so it would be 0 0. The correct option is the second one. Okay, the next one is look at the graph. What is the equation of axis of symmetry? So which is the correct option? You have to calculate the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry is the line where if you divide the graph into two, they looks like exactly equal. So basically this is the line of symmetry. Let me just draw. This is the line of symmetry. Got it? If you divide the graph into two exactly equal parts, that is the axis of symmetry. Got it? So the correct option is the graph -5. So -3, sorry, the point is -3. The correct lines of axis of symmetry is -3. Okay, the next one is look at the graph. What is the minimum value of the function? So which is the correct option? So the minimum value of the function is 0. Got it? The correct option is 0. Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What are the coordinates of the vertex? You have to calculate the coordinates of the vertex. So vertex is the parabola opens downward, so vertex is the highest point of the graph. So it would be 8, 6, 7, 8. X is -3 and 8. So the correct option is -3 and -4 and 8. The second option is the correct one. What is the y-intercept of the graph? So which is the correct option? The y-intercept is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis. Got it? So it would be, that is the -1. The correct option is -1. Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What is the coordinates of the vertex? The coordinate of the vertex are 10 and 2 and 10. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What is the y-intercept? So y-intercept is the point where the graph is touching the y-axis, so which is the correct option? The y-intercept. Y-intercept is just -4. Got it? But here the coordinates are given. You are given the coordinates. They are the vertex. Got it? But they are not the correct option. It would be 0. Yes, here you have the correct option, -4. Got it? So just select the correct option, then click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is look at this graph. What are the coordinates of the vertex? So you have to calculate the coordinates of the vertex. So vertex is the, if the parabola opens upward, so the vertex is the lowest point of the parabola. So here is the lowest point. It would be x is -1 and y is -4. So it would be -1 and -4. Got it? Option number 3 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is complete a function table, quadratic functions. So let's just start with the first lesson. Complete the table. So you are given the function and you have different values of n. You have to complete the table. The function is f of n equals n square minus 4. You have to calculate the values, or you have to calculate the function values of fn when n equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? So the functions is f of n equals n square minus 4, and you have to calculate the values for n equals 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically you have to replace the n with these values. F of 1 means where you have n, just replace it by the 1. So it would be 1 square minus 4 times 1. So 1 square is 1 and 4 times 1 is 4. So it would be 1 minus 4, that equals -3. Got it? Let's just calculate the same values for 2 and 3 and 4. So it would be 2 square minus 4 times 2. 2 square is 4. 4 minus 8, it would be -8. Then for f of 3, you have to do the same. You have to calculate 3 square minus 4 times 3. So it would be 9 minus 12. That equals -3. And for f of 4, you have to do 4 square minus 4 times 4. 4 square is 16 and minus 16, that would be 0. So that means for f of 1, for n equals 1, -3. For n equals 2, it would be -4. For 3, it would be -3. And for f of 4, it is 0. Got it? You can see the table here. You have, okay, let me just go to, you have for n equals 1, f of n is -3. For n equals 2, f of n equals -4. And so it would be -4. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, complete the table. You are given f of r equals r square minus 5r. You have to calculate the value of r for 0, 1, 2 and 3. F of r equals f of r equals r square minus 5r. You have to calculate for r equals 0, 1, 2 and 3. So let's just replace r with 0. So it is f of 0 equals 0 square minus 5 times 0. So 0 square is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. Then you have to do for f of 1, that would be 1 square minus 5 times 1. So it would be 1 minus 5, that equals -4. Got it? Then you have f of 1. So you have to calculate f of 2 and f of 3 the same way. So f of 2 is 2 square minus 5 times 2. 2 square is 4 and 5 times 2 is 10. So that would be negative 6. Then you have to calculate f of 3. That would be 3 square and minus 5 times 3. 3 square is 9 and 5 times 3 is 15. So it would be negative 6. So the values are 0, negative 4, negative 6 and negative 6. Got it? 0, negative 4, that would be option number 2. So just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Complete the table. The function is f of q equals 2q square. You have to calculate the values for negative 1. You have to calculate the values for negative 1, 0, 1, 2. So let's just replace the q with negative 1, 0 and 1, 2. So it would be f of negative 1, 2 and replace the q with negative 1. So negative 1 square is 1. So 2 times 2 is 2. Then f of 0, it would be 2 and 0 square. 2 times 0 is 0. Then f of 1, it would be 2 times 1 square. 1 square is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Then you have f of 2, it would be 2 and 2 square. 2 square is 4 and 4 times 2 is 8. So it would be 2, 0, 2 and 8. The values, the second option is the correct one. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is f of g equals g square. So which is the correct option? Okay, so it would be 1014. The second option is the correct option. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is f of q equals q square minus 1. So which is the correct option? Q square 9, 3 square is 9, 9 minus 1 is 8. Then you have 1 square is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So second option is the correct option. Okay, complete the table. So you have to complete the table. It would be d square plus 4d. The function is f of d equals d square plus 4d. Let's just do it on board. F of d equals d square plus 2d, square plus 4d. And the values are negative 3, 2, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1 and 0. So let's just replace the values. It would be negative 3. negative 3 square plus 4 times negative 3. So it would be 9 and minus 12, that equals negative 3. Got it? Now you have to put negative 2. So it would be negative 2 square plus 4 times negative 2. 4 times negative 2. So 2 square is 4 and 4 times 2 is negative 8. So 4 minus negative 8 is negative 4. Now you have to do f of negative 1. So it would be negative 1 square plus 4 times negative 1. So negative 1 square is 1 and 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. So it would be negative 3. Now you have to calculate for 0. So it would be 0. So the values are negative 3, negative 4, negative 3 and 0. So that would be the second option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is graph quadratic function in vertex form. So graph the function f of x equals 7x square. So you have to plot the vertex, then plot another point on the parabola. If you make a mistake, you can erase your parabola by selecting the second point and place it on the top of the first. So basically you have to plot the vertex and a point to make the parabola. Got it? So just look at the function f of x equals 7x square. So basically the vertex form of the parabola is the vertex form of parabola is mm, I forgot the equation. Let me just that is f of x equals a times x minus h square plus k. Got it? So it would be the vertex form of the parabola is f of x equals a times x minus h whole square plus k. That is the vertex form of the parabola. So you have to write down the equation in this form. Got it? So it would be 7x square. You can see you don't have any values there. That means the vertex of the parabola would be 0, 0. Got it? Then you have to calculate the point. You can put any point. You can put any value of the x. It would be, you can see here the point is 1, 7. That means the value of x is 1. So the point is 1 and 7. Just um, plot a point for the vertex and 7, 1, and you can join them to make the parabola. Got it? So whenever you have to plot the graph of the parabola, you just need the vertex and one point to make the graph. The next one is graph the function f of x equals 6x squared. So you have to plot the vertex. So you have to find the vertex of the parabola and a point. So in this case, again, the vertex of the parabola would be 0. It would be 6 times x minus 0 whole square plus 0. So the vertex would be 0, 0. You need another point. So you put x equals 1 by 2. You can see, you can put x equals 1 by 2 and it would be 6. 1 by 2 square is 4. So it would be 3 over 2. So the point is 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. So just plot the point on the graph and you can see here is the parabola for the graph. Got it? Here is the parabola 1 by 2 and 3 by 2. So here is the parabola. Got it? The vertex form of the parabola that opens upward or open up or down is y equals a times x minus h whole square plus k. The vertex says h and k. If a is greater than 0, that means the parabola opens upward, and if a is less than 0, that means the parabola opens downward. Got it? Okay, the next one is graph the function f of x equals 4x square. So first you have to find the vertex. So again, in this case, the vertex would be 0, 0. Got it? So you have to find one point. So you can use any point. Got it? You can put any value of x and you just need vertex and one point to graph the parabola. Got it? For this lesson, we just have tutorial. So you can find the lesson on the book and do as many practice questions as you can. Okay, the next one is transformations of quadratic functions. So let's just start with the next lesson. Find g of x. Let's just start with the first example. Find g of x, where g of x is the translation 9 units down of f of x equals x squared. So basically here you have the translation 9 units down. The original function is x squared. So when 9 units up, sorry, when you have to translate the function 9 unit up, you have to add 9 to f of or to the function. So function is x squared, so it would be x squared plus 9. Here is the table. You can keep it in your mind when performing the transformations. When you the it would be f of x plus h. If you have to translate h unit left, it would be f of x minus h. If you have to translate h unit right, it would be f of x plus k. If you have to translate k units up, and f of x minus k if you have to translate k unit down. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Find g of x, where g of x is the translation 8 unit up of f of x equals x squared. So which is the correct option? You have to translate the function 8 unit up. So the correct option is option number 1. That would be x squared plus 8. Got it? Okay, the next one is, so the correct option is option number 1, x squared plus 8. Okay, the next one is find f of x, where g of x is the translation 5 unit up of f of x equals x squared. You have to translate function 5 unit up, so it would be f of x equals x squared plus 5. It would be x squared plus 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is find g of x, where g of x is the translation 10 unit up of f of x equals x squared. So which is the correct option? You have to transform function 10 unit up, so it would be x squared plus 10. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we'll be working on grade 10 maths. The chapter we're working on is quadratic equations. The lessons we have covered today are characteristics of quadratic functions, complete a function table quadratic functions, and graph quadratic functions in vertex form, transformations of quadratic functions. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.